Press that, there's a few things, right?
No, that's not music.
All right, folks, we're going to jump right back in this one. We got the Blazers are coming out of Los Angeles, and we're going to pick it right back up with Black Leather Supreme. The talent level, I can definitely tell you, is going up. And looking at the quality of players, we got a little bit more size in this game. There's no doubt about it. Now, this game's going to be the second game, okay, that's coming in for the Black Leather Supreme. And when you look at that, you're coming in, and you got the Blazers are playing their first game. So that's a major difference. They just had about a little bit over an hour and a half rest, Black Leather Supreme. But we'll see how it happens. At the end of the day, again, like I said, this is the HBCU Pro Basketball Association and Delaware Sports USA. And the grand prize that players are playing for is $100,000. Now, as you move that forward, and you take a look at it, and you look and see how's this going to work. I've kind of told you earlier in the first couple games, it's always going to be teams in the best condition and the team that has the best team defense, and it's going to come down to the mental toughness. If you're not mentally tough to play this game, you will not win. Now, the deal here is Black Leather Supreme. They were able to have a slow start in their other game. I don't know if they're going to be allowed to have that slow start in this game because they're dealing with a lot more size and you're dealing with a better quality of a player. And they're coming out the gut, and these guys are just relaxed. Okay, of all the teams I've seen come in here and play, and this is our third ball game, okay, I've got the Blazers are the most relaxed-looking team, and what that tells me is they're way more than comfortable, okay, with what they can do, and they're not worried about what their opponent can do. So you've got a huge disparity, but you still must play basketball. And again, I'm Mike Walker. I'm going to bring this to you with Tom Nugent, who's my co-host, and he's running the media. And again, this is the HBCU Basketball Association, and it's in partner with Delaware USA Sports. And we're bringing it to you from Las Vegas, Nevada, and we put a $100,000 grand prize, or the bag, that you can win. Okay, they won the tip. Oh, Supreme comes out cooking. Now, Supreme, they showed a lot in the last ball game. They actually were doing very well in the shooting. Now we're going to see whether or not all this other team is going to be able to compete. That was going to be long and off, boy, 2 3-pointers. Now, this is going to be a little different because they have the inside side. Boy, they shoot that ball. I'm telling you, boy, that Black Leather Supreme. But they're not going to be able to handle the inside play because that's coming next. And that's where the Blazers want to go. They want to pound inside on them. Let's see how they execute that out. It'll be a 3-point jumper. Okay, that bucket's good. These guys are comfortable. These guys are comfortable, and they're not worried about a thing. Let's see if they can do what they think they can do against Black Leather Supreme. Yep, they're trying to go inside. They want ISO, but he's going to have more trouble. He's not going to be able to get those shots in this game. Well, that's a good move. He got what he wanted. And interesting. Very interesting to start. We got an 8-3. Okay, Black Leather Supreme has went up. Oh, that's a good hoop there, man. These guys are pros. These guys coming out of L.A. You know, you've got the Blazers coming out of L.A. and a lot of guys in L.A. play in the Drew League. And these guys have been playing in the Drew League. These guys are good. Okay, but being good's not enough because you only can play to the level of your competition. And this definitely here, the Blazers are not backing. Yep, there you go. Good defense on that post. They're taking it away. Yeah, these guys are good. These guys are good here. They're getting to the rack. Yeah, they're gonna have to change their strategy because these guys, they're not gonna be able to play this way. Yeah, they're gonna contest at the rim. The Blazers are really causing problems. And here's what I see that is going to happen is Black Leather Supreme's going to have to change their strategy. All those shots they were getting inside in the block, they're not going to get them this game. And if it comes down to just three-point shooting, the one thing I do know, you can live from the three-point line and you can also die from the three-point line. And it's just going to be deciding what choice did you want to take. We're going to hold it up. He wants to make sure he's got the book corrected. We got the time corrected. Okay, he wants to reset the clock is what's going on. Yeah, the clock's at 7:52. And let's see if they can work magic. Yep, there's the magic. Put it back to 7:54. Okay, we got Black Leather Supreme is up, and this one's a good one. Yep, there it is. Boy, they're good shooters. So we know who the best outside shooting team is, and we know who's the best inside shooting team. Somewhere they're going to meet in the middle, and there's going to be some combustion. Yeah, he's got him ISO'd. He's got what he wants. He could get, yeah, that's a horrible pass. So you could do better. You could do better on the passing. Oh, if they knock that time out, okay, I was about to say, they can't just come here and just knock down 5 threes in a row. Oh, yeah, that's an offensive foul. That's offensive foul, yeah, you can't finish and push. That's a great call by the official. She was right on top of that, and he lost the ball and pushed them. So you can't do both. I can tell you that much. You can't do both. But I'll tell you, these officials are trained by Delaware Sports USA. These are the officials that get promoted into the NBA. And if you're playing in the NBA, you have come across Delaware Sports USA. Now we provide the players, HBCU Basketball Association, and that's where the partnership and everything works to its greatness. You got him on the block, but got it. Yeah, see, he's not going to get those same rebounds that he got in the other game. Too much size down there. Yeah, these guys are pros. Yeah. You got 13-10, 6:48 to go in the first. That's short. Live by the three, die by the three. Live by the three, die by the three. That's a good move, big fella. Yeah, but it's too much size in there for the big fella in this game. Good dive, good pass. Yep, they too big. Oh, yeah, they're too big. They're too big for him. That's a push out. That's a foul on the push. That's a good Euro stretch to get to the basket. Should have finished that. He came very close. But the way I'm looking at this, you've got Black Leather Supremes, excellent. They're going to live or die by the three. And you got the Blazers, like I said, they're coming out of Drew League, so nothing's going to scare the Blazers. Okay, I mean, let's face it, because they play against pros every day. That's a good, easy three-point shot. And this one could be a runaway game. And the only reason it's a disadvantage for Black Leather Supreme, because they've already played a game. And this is the Blazers coming in here, and they're just coasting. They're about 4 deep on the bench, and as are the Blazers. And then you got Black Leather Supreme. They're about 3 deep on the bench. It looks like they may have another player coming in. I'm not sure, but we'll see how that plays itself. You got weak side. We're going to keep that one here. Oh, my God. Now, it looked like it was tipped. It was tipped from my angle, but then again, I can't see the referee's angle, so she may have had a better look, but it looked like it was tipped out on my end. That's good dribble entry. You got to find them. That's good drive. Now, that's how you play basketball, when you dive. And when a guy gets down on the baseline and you dive, it's like jumping in the swimming pool. You just dive right in there. He feeds you, and that's how you got to bucket. That's good execution. That's what you got right there. Oh, yeah, these guys don't miss a beat. These guys don't miss the beat. I mean, these guys are just easy peasy. I think they come here just to see if they can find competition. That's good rebound, good outlet. Somebody's got to stop the basketball. Yeah, these guys, yeah. These guys are pros. They're hopping and dopping. That's what you call a Dixie bounce. When the players got bounced like that, we call it a Dixie bounce, where you just keep rising up till you reach Dixie. Oh, that's good stretch. That's good stretch. That's good stretch. It's a good comeback. Somebody's not afraid of the Blazers. I can see that. 17-17. We got 4:43 to go in the first. And this one here is just talent. Okay, we're going to call that one on the floor. He's got him pushed on the floor. We're going to take a side out on that one. We got 2 subs coming in, and they're going to need to be there to come in for the defense. You got subs that they tap the table? There you go. Good job. Good job. You got the coach over there on the Blazers, says he believes that Black Leather Springs is playing illegal defense. They're hanging out in the paint, and that could be. Oh, that's good D. That's a way to work. That's a way to work. That's a way to work. That's what it was. That's good defensive work. It just, sometimes you get bad angles and you can't see it. And then, what he's seeing on his side could be totally different from what I see. Oh, he's got to go at him. Give it back to him. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's just playing, yeah. Good job by the Blazers. Yeah, they can't pack that paint is what Coach's saying on the illegal defense. He's kind of right, but it doesn't mean anything. Anything he says doesn't mean anything if officials don't call it the same way. So it doesn't matter who's right or wrong. It means the officials are right, and that's the way they're going to call it. That's a good bucket. Now, again, you've got the Black Leather Supreme plays on a string, so they play good team defense, and they play team offense. And they know how to manufacture. Yeah, that's a good bucket. Man, this guy's just dropping them. He's dropping them anytime he wants to drop them. And finally, they called the illegal defense. Yeah. See, he sniffed that out early. Is that bucket good or that bucket's no good? Yeah. There we go, bucket good, and we got illegal defense. So they want the bucket. Here's what's going on. We got 3:50 to go in the first, 20-19. They're trying to say to you get one or the other. They called it, but then he made the bucket. So, and they're going to get hammered on that again and again because they have to pack the paint. And if you're outside, there's no other way to beat it. You got to pack the paint or else you're just going to get beat. You got to get off that screen and you got to get there. You got to make the shot. You got him if you want him. You got him if you want him. You got him. Yep, there it is. There it is, transition. So you got the Blazers who are just kicking in the transition offense. They're controlling the glass. They're giving them one look. Either they make it or they miss it. They're not going to get an offensive rebound, and that's just the way they want to play it. So we got a little break here, and here's what I can tell you, and I always try to make a pregame prediction. I think that the Blazers are too loose, and when you play loose, you play good. That's what you got. I mean, because some of these guys here, I can tell you right now, they've been in NBA camps. Okay, they've been in the G League, and a couple of them have been overseas and playing in the Euro League in the top division. And when you win in that Drew League, man, you ain't scared of nobody because it's high competition. That's a good year. Oh, that's a good stroke. Okay, good job on that one. Got to take the shot. That's a good follow. Yep, good follow by the big man there. One of the things when you get that wide open, you think about it, the chances of you making it are not very good. Okay, but when you get that wide open, as soon as you get it, you take it, then your chances are great. Okay, here's what you got. The Black Leather Supreme are going to take a timeout, and we got 22-19, and this game is kind of going to get itself and can get away real quick. Because at the end of the day, you got an opportunity for somebody to win. And, for all of us that are here today and we're getting a little hungry, here's what I'm going to suggest. You got Mario's West Side Market. Okay, they got nothing but good food, a lot of variety. They're at 1425 West Lake Mead Boulevard, Las Vegas, Nevada. And then, of course, you got my favorite. And, of course, everything's my favorite. It's actually Sir Taj fried rice. And it doesn't matter if, some of you, I know you love crab. They got crab fried rice. Some of you love shrimp. They got shrimp fried rice. Just depends on what you want. And then if you're looking for a good sandwich, then go on down to the Macaroni Grill. And with the Macaroni Grill, I'll tell you, they got 20% off. And you can have something real good. And when I talk about a chicken Parmesan sandwich, they got it. Mom's ricotta meatball sandwich, they got it. First free throw's up and in. Carmela's chicken, fettuccine Alfredo, who turns down that? That's all going to be happening at the Macaroni Grill. First free throw's good. We got 50. We got a clock that's running. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Okay, we don't have a timeout. The clock was running. So we're going to have to figure this one out. Okay, he's got to talk to him. They got to figure out where this thing was. Here we go. And they thought it was a timeout. That was happening. It wasn't a timeout. And so they've set it back to 2:50, and they're at the free throw line. We got a substitution coming if it's good. If he wants it, nope, it's not going to get it. Okay. Okay, we're going to rewind that. I think they've got the clock incorrect. They're going to correct the time. Yeah, they had a little confusion, the clock of where it should be. And what started all this confusion where they thought they had a timeout. In actuality, he did not have a timeout. Okay, it was just a free throw. So when they went to reset it again, it kind of restarted again, and they lost the count on the clock. Now, I'll tell you one thing about the Blazer coach. He got an eyeball on everything, so whatever's going on at that table, he sees it too. Oh, that's a good dribble drive entry. That's going to be a bucket. That's a bucket, folks. You can't give up that much space, let them get that deep, and expect to stop them when you're giving up the size. Okay, they're closing the gap, but you can't let anyone get that deep and expect to stop them. This game here is what I'm kind of seeing is, you've got the Black Leather Supreme, which they're really good at what they do. But when you're outclassed and you're not getting any second chance opportunities on the offensive glass. And really, if you're not being able to stop them from getting deep, that's a recipe for disaster. So they're going to have to make an adjustment. They're trying to run zone, but you've got the Blazers coach over there saying that when they go to zone, it's illegal defense. So they're kind of caught between a rock and a hard place of what they really want to do as far as on the defensive end. And on the offensive end, they've got to be patient. And if I looked at it correctly, they probably need to slow the tempo down because there's no way the Black Leather Supreme could play at this pace and win the ball game. We're going to get a free throw, second shot. We'll see what happens. And they're gasping for air here, the Blazers. Free throw's good. Okay, so they got it all figured out. 25-21. The clock has been reset to where it belongs. And now we're going to play basketball. And folks, if you haven't known, playing basketball is like cooking hot grits. Okay, some people can cook grits and some people can't. Okay, and if you're good at basketball, you can cook them hot grits with butter on them and a little pepper. It's going to taste real good. That's a good play, big fella. Couldn't finish it. Good play. That's a good way to read it. Had a way to read it. That the big man is slipping the screens. I mean, he's opening up. I mean, he's got a few options. I mean, he knows how to play the pass. We had a little pregame conversation. He told me he played overseas. Okay, so he's been around pro basketball. And sometimes it's not the athletic ability. It's how mentally tough you are and what you know. And he knows how to play off those big guys, so he's not afraid of them. He's seen them before. First free throw's good. Okay, 26-21. And we got a hesitation. We're still trying to get the clock functioning correctly. Second free throw is going to be up and good. Okay, so here's what you got. You got Black Leather is holding on. Okay, it's 25-23 against the Blazers. The Blazers are on cruise control. This is normal for them. That's good defense. Keep him out. Pressure him out above the three-point line. Good job. You gonna call out a travel? Oh, okay. Well, you know what interesting about that travel call? He's done that a couple times, same move. The first two weren't, but this one was. So now she's got to balance it, and they're going to have to find some consistency with that move because that's a normal move for him. He's done it about 3 times already, and he's questioning that. He's like, can you see it? That Euro step can get confusing, and that's kind of what happened in that play. Oh, that's good conversion. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. These guys are ready. The rim protectors. They got patience. They're just ISO and go one-on-one. Nah, that's not good basketball. Got 3-on-1. 3-on-1 now. And what do we got? We got a technical foul. Okay, so we got a technical foul, gives you one shot in the ball. The interesting thing about the technical foul, they had 3-on-1 and they had 3 players advancing. It was an easy bucket. So they're going to get it back. So at the end of the day, it works itself out. That's an easy bucket, yeah. (26-23). They're going to get the basketball. And here's what happens. When you go up in talent level, it does get harder on the officials because these guys are at a higher talent level. So you can go call a game and you go in another game, you got to figure out how you're going to call this game. And somewhere you got to settle in where it gets an even mix. But the talent level has gotten so high that now it's kind of a little bit confusing to call it. That's a stroke. He's been stroking that the first 3 games, and again, that's just easy money right there. 28-23. Okay, the Blazers are settling in, and it's the first quarter. I mean, you get a team scoring 35 points in the first quarter, that's a recipe for 115 points a game. Yeah, they're pushing them further out. Oh, that's a good bucket. That's a good shot. He's been the saving grace for the actual Black Supreme. He's been the saving grace for him. I mean, he's come up with bucket after bucket, but they're going to have to figure out something on the defensive end. Very good. Good work. That's good work. Let me tell you, that's good work right there. He's saying, let's just play. Sometimes you have guys that get a little nervous around competition. They don't want to play. And sometimes you have guys that rise up to the competition. Well, this young man at the free throw line now, he rises up to the competition. Okay, so some players want to go play the best of the best, and some players want to run from the best. And this guy right here at the free throw line, he wants the best of the best. He has no fear. First one's going to be off back rim. 42 seconds to go in the first. This is the highest scoring quarter we've had so far. And I'm telling you, man, if you got a chance to see the attire of the Blazers coach, I mean, he's got the coach. I think he's got he's got Gucci. He's got, what he got, Louis Vuitton? What he got over there he wearing, man? He looking sporty. He got Gucci on. The coach of coming out of L.A., the Blazers, he got the Gucci outfit going today. I mean, so these guys here, you know, they getting it in. But looks don't win basketball games, I'll tell you that much. So at the end of the day, you eventually got to play basketball. Okay, that's a high post. That's a kick. Should have rolled him off for that. Sometimes you get a little deep now. Here's what you got. You got 12 seconds to go on the clock. Let's see if they can manufacture something to keep the lead. Don't get trapped. That's a bucket. Nope, a little short. God, these guys are so high up. There's my guy. I tell you what, if I had to start a team, I'd start it with number 8. Because every time, he just doesn't have it. I think that we're gonna have to be a little patient, just getting the clock going. Coach is saying that's 5 times. He's saying now you're gonna stop my break, but it's the rules. It's the rules. If the clock's not right, they gotta stop it. Now watch, that's a good step. Watch him. Yeah, it's short. Get a good one. That's a little confusing. Was he shooting? Yes, he was shooting. Coach, you know what? Here's what happened, guys. I've been around basketball long enough that you got to work the officials, and everybody works them in a different way. So he's working them now on the clock, but he ain't worried about the clock. He's trying to steal a call or two late because he knows that it cost him, but he's working them. But he's not working them for now. He's working them for the fourth quarter. That's what he's working them for. So he's going to get inside their head, and I guarantee those officials, they know that they're going to give him a call or two late in the game. He's talking about illegal defenses, this, that, and the other. They're going to get it. So launch, got a shot? No. All right, we got 30-28. Okay, you got the Black Leather Supreme are holding on tight, and you got the Blazers are just cruising along without a worry in the world. Okay, and this is Mike Walker and Tom Nugent. He's my co-host. And we are bringing you the HBCU Basketball Association in partnership with Delaware Sports USA. This is the National Pro-Am Basketball Championship. And we're in Las Vegas, Nevada, and the grand prize is $100,000. So these guys that came down for the Drew League, and I think they might have a couple teams from the Drew League, but these guys that came down, they're coming down for the $100,000. Let me count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What does that equal out to? $10,000 apiece. Now, they may have to give the coach a little bit. They got to give him something, right, Tom? What do you think? We give the coach something? Tom says we got to give the coach something. We can't just keep the whole 10 grand. Okay, so then at the end of the day over the Blazers, well, they got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So they're going to split it 9 ways plus the coach. So that's going to equal $10,000 apiece. But nevertheless, it's basketball, and it's good basketball. And this game has got the game, the Drew League, the Blazers coach, man, he is getting it in over there. And I'm telling you, he got the swag going with the Gucci outfit. He got the scarf on top of the head. I mean, he looking L.A. down over there. Okay, so it is what it is. And we are out here playing basketball in the HBCU Pro Basketball Association. And I'm telling you, this is the greatest opportunity for all those who are playing at HBCU basketball today, that you have given the opportunity where you're going to be able to continue playing after your basketball career ends, okay? And that's the beautiful thing about it. The Historical Black College Universities, HBCU, okay, you're going to have an opportunity, but please understand that the HBCU education is the priority, and you want to graduate, okay? It's not about you coming out here and just playing basketball. So let's get it back in, and we got another clock issue. Okay. So, Tom, you've officiated a lot. Have you seen that before where you have 4 or 5 clock issues in the first quarter? He said lots of times, okay. Well, I trust his judgment. You know, and Tom's has refereed over thousands of games, hundreds. I think he even lost count. How many games you think you did in your career? He just laughed. He said more than I can count. All right, we're coming off a 2. That's a bucket. Come on, you can't. Oh, good D. No call. Late. Late. They're going to give him that. He's going to shoot 2. Folks, one thing is about the officials, they try to teach you to delay it, don't rush it. Okay, so they're really letting them go deep into it. Now, in the NBA, it works both ways. You can get fouled, but you get the bucket. They'll give you the bucket. They don't give you the foul. So that's where you're getting the late. First one's no good. Let me explain that a little deeper. So in pro basketball, sometimes, we don't want to stop the game every time for a foul. Okay, second bucket is good. But what happens is if you make it, they'll give it to you. If you don't, they'll give you the foul. And that's why you're getting the late whistles. So here we go. We're back to square one. They got one opportunity. They're going to make it their best, okay, for the Black Leather Supreme. They're going to make it their best opportunity. Oh, yeah. Yeah, these guys are simple stuff here. Yeah, there's a lot of height. There's a lot of size in there. A lot of size in there, folks. No, last game I saw Black Leather Supreme play, they were able to get those buckets super easy. Now you're dealing with guys in there 6'8", 6'9", 6'10". These guys ain't going to give you that. Okay, so you're really going to have to come away, and you're going to start bodying some of these guys off because you can't extend and think they're going to let you get to the rim. That's not going to happen. Got a little water on the floor. The players try to scoop it up off the floor with their shoes, which is the magic that always works. You can scratch it out and scrape it out, and it'll get you where you want to go. But the talent level I've seen so far, I'll tell you, this is high talent. And I can tell you right away, a lot of these guys have probably played in the league, played in the NBA. A lot of these guys have played in the NBA G League, and a lot of the players here today have played overseas. So it's no cakewalk here, and these guys play basketball. That's a good tip, and you get it, yep. Oh, you can't let nobody get that deep. There's no way, it's impossible. Yep, easy bucket. Okay, you got 33 to 30, 8:51 to go. You know, this game here is trying to, they're struggling to find tempo and a lot of stoppage, but eventually that's going to settle itself and they can just go up and down and both teams can catch a rhythm. That's a great shot. Well, they're way above the rim. I'll tell you what, the Blazers play above the rim. They are way above the rim when they play basketball. And that changes the game because now you got 2 or 3 rim protectors. And if you got the rim protectors there, it's going to be hard for you to get shot to the rim. And when you got 3 of them trying to block it, that's high-intensity defense. But it hasn't rattled them. It hasn't rattled the Black Leather Supreme. They're still playing it through. You got to hold down low. Yeah, you're going to call the hold on him down low. Big man's getting great position in the block, and if he's backed off, you can't hold him. That's a good call by the official. Oh, they're going to go the other way. Okay. She's calling an offensive foul. I thought he got great position. Even the 2 players, the player's surprised. He's like, I got great position on the block, and she's calling an offensive foul. That was surprising, but it is a call. Let's see what we got. That's a good stroke. It's going to be short. That's good handles right there. Wow, that's great handles. We got Coach shaking his head. What you think, Coach? They getting them close. They looking over here like, hey, we ain't got no medicine over here, Coach. Boy, he looking at us like I'm shaking his head. Here we go. That's good play, big man. A little late, could have got it back to him. Yep, should have got it back inside. A little late on getting it to him. You got options. Yeah, they're going to stop this. They're going to stop that. They're not going to stop that. Too deep in the paint. Yeah, that bucket's good. So one thing about, folks, when you play pro basketball, if you can't stop the ball and somebody gets to the paint, just about everybody gets to the paint in the league can score. Okay, you got to keep them from getting to the paint, and if you can't stop them, that's a bucket. You're wasting your time committing a foul. And that's just how it goes, and no official's going to give you a call when you're right underneath the basket playing defense. So bucket's good, free throw's good. That's going to push them up. 7:52, 36-30, and they're moving along. The Blazers are just cooking. Got to finish it. Yeah, they got 3 guys. These guys just won't give it up. You're not going to get it. Advance. You got 1 extra. Knock it down. Just basketball, folks. Nothing's changed. The game is the game. It's been that way for over 100 years. But these guys have invested, advance it, find the open man, knock down the shot. Now they're applying a little bit more pressure and they're taking away the paint. See, once you take that away, the Blazers won't have anything to go to. The Blazers are taking away. Oh, that's easy peasy. Oh, that's wide open. That's wide open, folks. You don't need a timeout. You don't need a timeout over here. 41-30, 7:02 to go in the second period. Okay, and fair enough, the Drew League, okay, the Blazers from L.A., okay, are just blowing through. And they're dapping it up over there, and they're just trying to get it in. I think they want the money. They didn't come here for nothing else but the money and the $100,000. They ain't going to stop till they get it. Now, does that mean they're going to win it? No, because there's somebody on the other side waiting for them, and I know it's going to battle itself out. But these guys have got enough confidence, and these guys are standing 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", 6'10". Okay, these guys are standing tall over here. Okay, I'm surprised they don't pull a 7-footer out. And what you got is the Black Leather Supreme is just outsized. That's the main thing you got. They just don't have enough size to compete. And that's a part of the game. But defense, what I've seen from the Blazers is they play well on the defensive end. They play well on the offensive end. Okay, so that's a recipe. And they play great transition basketball. So with both of those things going and they're protecting the rim, oh, that's tough to overcome. There ain't no magic wand in basketball, that's for sure. Okay, that's 100%. And you will meet a point where your will gets matched, and you're going to decide whether I want to play or quit. And you'll know that when you decide whether or not the Black Leather Supreme, if they play the score or not. That's when you're going to find out. Because if you don't look at the score clock, that's why, folks, in the NBA arenas, the score clocks are up high so the players never see them. And half the time the players are playing, they don't know the score of the game. Here we go. We're going to start it up. Let's see how it works out. Got to make that shot, yeah. Yeah. It's a rip and dip here, folks. Rip and dip. That's what you call it, rip and dip right there. See, look at Coach. Coach coming over here, dapping up the bench and everything. It's rip and dip over here, man. Yep, they got him again. Yeah, this one here, they're going to be a little outclassed. Rip and dip. Yep, there we go. Now, you can't let them bang out. Okay? You're going to have to get a timeout or else you're just conceding. Yep, nice shot. Way to cool them off. Way to cool them off. 45-33, 6:06 to go in the second. You got the Blazers are running away, and you've got Black Leather Supreme has got to put the brakes on them. But they're not able to stop them. There's another bucket. They're making it get too easy. In other words, what they want this to turn into is a dunk contest. That's really what the Blazers want. They want a dunk contest. 47-33, 5:56 in the second. Free throw coming. Bucket's good. That's good defense. Somebody's got to pin him. Yeah, he's taking the ball away. Yeah, good job. Way to recover. Oh, that's my guy there. That's my guy. Number 8, that's my guy. He ain't got no quit. He ain't scared of him. Sometimes other people don't want to play him, but he ain't scared of him. And he's not going to back down one bit. I mean, each and every time. I don't care. He doesn't play score. And that's when you find out who the real basketball players are. Because if you're playing the score and you quit, then you're not a real player. But players who just love the game, they'll play whatever the score. They don't care if they're down 100-40. They're still going to play as hard as they can, and that's what that young man represents that's at the free throw line. First shot up is in and out. Substitution coming in for the Blazers. All right, this one here. These guys came here with a purpose, a mission, and they ain't done. But, folks, I'll tell you this. I'm not though high on the Blazers. I think they're the best of the best because there's somebody else sitting over there waiting for them. And I see they're scouting them over there now, so they're checking them out. And they want to see what they're up against and how they're going to have to play against them. 48-34, 5:33 to go. Blazers in control. Got to get something good. That's workable. Oh, that's deep. That's too deep. Yeah. Oh, that's bucket. Yeah. Here's what you got. Here's what you got there. That's a beautiful move. Up and dip you do. Good comeback with advance and get out of bounds. They're seeing where it is. That's a good inside. They're battling. That's a good shot there. That's a good shot. No good. A little long. That was a good look. He had a wide open look. Didn't hesitate. Just couldn't knock it down. And here come those Black Leather Supreme. They ain't going to quit. They are not going to quit, folks. They are not going to quit. I'm telling you, this guy here can play basketball, and they got him. You got a timeout. We got a timeout going on this one. Here's what you got with that. I can tell the difference. You got the Black Leather Supreme. They play such good team. They're warming up as a team unit, and they understand they got to elevate on this one. Now, when I go over to the Blazers, all these guys are so used to playing in the NBA. You know, I can tell when players are playing in the NBA, they know what spots to go to. When guys start running to the corner, that means that's where you're directed to go when you play in the NBA. Everybody has a spot that they have to go to, and that's what the Blazers are doing now. The finishing of the Blazers, everybody finishes above the rim. So that's a little challenging, but height, size, doesn't matter if you know how to mentally execute and offset it, and that's exactly what's happening, but they're down by 11. Does Black Leather Supreme have enough energy? Because if the Blazers make another run, they'll be down by 20. That middle's wide open. That middle's wide open, folks. And a foul. That middle wide open, yeah. That middle's too wide open. I like that. Yeah, that middle's wide open there. And if you see it, it's called going downhill. You know, it looks like everybody on the Blazers can play going downhill. They're not even hesitating. They're just saying, hey, look, we don't even have to come off it. We don't even have to ISO. We don't have to go in a two-man game. We could just go downhill on these guys. And as long as they're giving them that downhill, there ain't nothing they can do to stop that. Okay, because they don't have the length to guard that defensively, and that's going to be a challenge for any team. Okay, and when you get every guy out there that's on the Blazers, each one of them can handle the basketball. Okay, so that makes a big challenge. So they're open 5, well, anybody can take it, and they don't care who takes it, just do what you do best. Here we go, 52-39, 4:09 to go. That's a good move there. That was a little light, but that's still there. She called it. They're trying to execute. You know, sometimes I'll tell you what happens. You got to understand the physicality of the game. When you're playing pro basketball, there are going to be bumps. So you can't call it every bump that you get. But if you keep it consistent and she keeps it right there, then we have to accept it. And there's another quick whistle. She's whistling up a couple times quick. So she's establishing, what she's doing is establishing how she's going to call the game. Now, if she stays there and doesn't move away from that spot, great. But if she changes later and doesn't make the call consistent, then you're going to have an earthquake drop into the building. So you got to keep it there, and she's done that so far. First shot up. That one's off. Just teetered off on a little bit. And boy, that coach, man, he works them to, you know what? You know, some coaches will work you till you turn into sawdust. He's one of those coaches that'll work. They are working her into sawdust over there. But she's standing tall, so she's not backing down. 3:58, let's go, 52-39. Oh, yeah, that's silky smooth, yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. That's basketball, baby. That's my guy. That's my guy there, man. These guys are good. You see, that's a good move. And you got to block it out because, with the Blazers, the way they roll, no matter what happens, see, here's the deal. Here's the deal with good guys like the Blazers been in the NBA. Doesn't matter what the call is. And folks, if you ever watch an NBA game, every call is a foul. Every call is a foul. Every call wasn't a foul. So the players are trained to complain regardless, whether it's really meaningless, but they know if I don't complain, I'll never get any change. It really doesn't work, but that's why they call every foul as a complaint. These guys are ISOing them up. Jeez. They're just getting to the block. Jeez, can they do anything about that? Can they stop that? Tell you what, this game get out of control. That's a good shot there. A little short. Oh. That's above the rim. I don't know which one they're going to call that or how they're going to call that. Oh, yeah, okay. That was a great idea. He just didn't know how far he was away. Threw it up about 18 feet when he only needs to be about 10. Black Leather's going to show some patience. You're not going to get much in that rim, I'm telling you. You're not going to get much inside. You got him weak on the alley-oop. Oh, yeah, there it is. He took it himself. 56-41, 2:20. Left in the first half. Now, here's what's happening, folks. You got the Black Leather Supreme is getting a little winded right now. And they got 8 guys, and this tempo and pace has really gotten away from them. And they're gasping for air right now. And you've got the Blazers are coming in with the super deep bench. Yeah, these guys are super deep. That one didn't go. He should have converted. Yep, easy peasy. Yeah, they just got a little winded. They're going to have to get a break here. But this thing here is getting away from him. I can see that. Oh, my goodness. Has he come up with big shot after big shot? Every time the Black Leather Supreme gets in trouble, he knocks down a three-pointer to keep him alive. Oh, that paint's too wide open, guys. They're going to have to defend. They'll take it right off the dribble on that one. That paint's too wide open, folks. In this game, when you're playing in a league and you leave it that wide open, they're going to get layup after layup after layup. Nobody's paying attention. Here we go. That's a good move. Same guy gets bucket after bucket. He's a competitor. That's what you call a competitor. That's somebody who doesn't play the score. Doesn't matter if he's down by 30. He's going to compete no matter what. Somebody's got to get there, yep. Coach is never satisfied on the Blazers. He's just going to keep barking. I think he barks if they do good or barks if they do bad. That's a good play there, fella. Finish it. Yep. That's a competitor. My guy, he goes hard every time. It doesn't matter what happens. It's almost like those two are brothers. They just compete, and they're not going to back down. Now, that middle's wide open, folks. You can't get any more wider than the ocean. Did that touch the rim? No. I mean, that went right in the bottom of the net. I mean, that's a great shot. I mean, it's getting easier and easier, I'll tell you. But they're battling. It's wide open now. They're going to let it go in the half. Shot clock is at 17. The game clock's going to wind down at 18. So you got about a second differential. And you got a wide open lane. I know he's trying to go to the basket. That's his game. Oh, that's a good feed. You know what? That's a slip screen. He slipped it. That was perfect. Boy, what is this guy? Where's this guy from? Where is he from? You see that? I don't know how he made that one. But same guy keeps coming up with the big bucket. Coach said, you know what Coach said? He said, I ain't got no luck. I ain't got nothing at all. But then he closed it out and said, I'm glad that wasn't a buzzer beater. Because he nailed that one right from the start. Folks, we are having such a good time. This is the HBCU Basketball Association, and it's also in partnership with Delaware USA Sports. This is the National Pro-Am Basketball Championship. We're in Las Vegas. They are playing for $100,000 is going to be the grand prize or the first prize, okay? And we are just going back and forth. And this game is really good. And you got what I'm seeing here at halftime, you've got the Blazers and everybody, Black Leather Supreme. They are flat out just going at it, and they're just saying, let's play. They're saying we can beat these guys. Okay, then you got the Blazers, they're just loose goose getting some Gatorade and doing what they have to do. But they're strategizing over there, and the Black Leather Supreme is trying to figure out how they can get back in this ballgame. Now, that's a team right there that play good team defense. They really read and react, and they also understand how to manufacture points. So if they're going to get back in this game, that's the way to do it. But whether or not they can sustain that for the second half, that's yet to be determined. So what do you got? It's Mike Walker, and I also got my co-host Tom Nugent, and we are bringing it to you. And this is something that's going to grow, and this is something that the HBCU Basketball Association is giving all student athletes who are participating in HBCU basketball. They have an opportunity to continue on to be able to play after they've graduated from the HBCU. So it doesn't get any better than that. And now this is going to build and grow. And like I said, this year's prize is $100,000. That figure can keep going higher and higher, meaning next year's figure can be somewhere in the neighborhood of a grand prize of $200,000 or $250,000. But I tell you, the talent is here. There's no doubt about it. And for those of you who are not here, get here next year, because this is an event you don't want to miss. And if you ever come down to Las Vegas, it's absolutely beautiful down here. The city has completely changed. There's a lot of things for kids, family, for everybody to come on out. And what I'm saying is, if you're down south, come on down. For those of you down south that haven't been in North Carolina, Raleigh, if you haven't been, if you're in Atlanta, if you haven't been to Las Vegas, come on down. There's no doubt about it. This is a place that you want to be.
All right, we got about 13 seconds. All right, here we go.
And we got the shooter shooting. We got three-point shooter going here.
7, 6, 5, 4, 2, 1, go.
No, didn't make the first one. Didn't make the second.
It's still time. It's still time. It's still time. 1-1. Oh my. 3, 2, 1.
Still going. Nobody's won. No winner.
However, it's not our time, man. We appreciate you, man. Coming out, man.
All right.
Again, our halftime giveaway was presented by Mario's Red Sox Market. Y'all please give it up for our participants. We thank you. We thank you. I don't see if we maybe can find a 2 minutes song. We appreciate you.
Folks, that was a little halftime activity. And looks like we did have a winner. But I'm not sure who that winner was. We're down here. It's 37 seconds before we get into the second half. We got 65-53. Everything is going just as planned. I mean, nothing but a good game of basketball. And this thing here, I'm very, what surprised me the most is the level of talent that's playing here and the level of competition of how these players are willing to battle, okay? And one thing I'm really, really excited about Hasn't been one issue. Hasn't been one player upset. The officials have taken this game and they've kind of called it the way it should be. The three-man crew is working. And again, folks, these are NBA officials who have aspirations to go to the NBA. And again, this thing is ran as tight as a ship can be. Okay, the officials come out of Delaware, USA Sports. It's Tom Drakeford. And Tom, I'll tell you something about Tom Drakeford. Tom Drakeford is walking around here like he's 40 years old and he's 80 years old. I've never seen anything like it. I don't know what his remedy is. I don't know what medicine. I don't know what bottle he's got in there. And, you know, my grandmother used to keep the medicine, and we go get the olive oil and all that, and they'd have that medicine. Whatever he's taking is working because he's got a fountain of youth if he's doing what he's doing at 80 years old today. Okay, so I'm going to try to get the remedy from him. And then again, this is the HBCU Basketball Association. And what does that mean? This is pro basketball. Okay, and this level of basketball is going to go higher and higher. We're going to call the game today, the HBCU Basketball Association, and this will be on national television on Sunday. So you folks stay tuned. They're going to bring this to you, and it's getting better and better. Here we go. We're going to start the third, 65-53, and let's see what happens. That's good. That's what you want. Oh, wow. That's good clearance. That's good clearance right there. What happened on that? A big post got deep. He knows how to use his big body, sealed him off, and they don't have an answer for that if they don't double team him. So he kind of got his position and worked it well. It gets better and better, but now you're going to figure out if you can actually sustain it. Because what happened in that first half is you had the actual Black Leather Supreme played great basketball, but they could not sustain it. And that was there. They're going to have to sustain it if they want to have a chance to win it, because they cannot fade or the game will get away from them. Coach is on that clock, isn't he? He is running it in. That's a good move. That's a good move there. Cleared him out too. Didn't convert it. Got the clear out. They're transitioning. That's a bucket. Come on now. You're still gonna have to play these guys. You're gonna have to play them. They're not gonna lay down for you. They got them in 5 out. They're looking good. They're opening up the lane. Are they going to get it? Somebody's going to be there. There's a corner. Oh, that's great defensive play. That's great defensive play. These guys are not playing, folks. The Blazers are not playing. They were down by 8. They were down by more than that. They're chopping this lead down. They're making it tighter and tighter. 8:41 to go, 65-57. We're here, we're doing it. It's HBCU Pro Basketball Association, bringing you pro basketball players. And folks, I can tell you, these guys, some of them been in the league, some of them been in the Euro League, overseas. I mean, Spain, Italy. These guys have been playing high-level basketball, and I could tell by the talent level. Okay, what does that mean? That if you come into the HBCU Basketball Association, you're going to have to bring your A game. Because it's not for the B game players. This is A game basketball. And you're going to have to get in here and fight for your life, okay, and compete. That's the way the game is supposed to be played. Okay, so let's do it like it's supposed to be done. That's an and one. We got something illegal. We got an and one. Okay, he's going to call legal screen on that. Boy, they're struggling. One thing I tell you about the coach of the Blazers, it doesn't matter what call it is. He's going to give his 2 cent, 3 cent, 4 cent. Sometimes he'll give a quarter, okay, but he's going to continue that because he doesn't want those officials to be able to breathe. You always want to keep them under the pressure thumb, and that way he has an advantage if the game goes down to the wire. That's a good move. Okay, you got to get somewhere. You got nowhere to go. They're blitzing him up. He gave it up. He gave it up. Yep, gave it up. Well, they got lucky on that one. That one right there, he was giving it up. They blitzed him on that. He couldn't get around it. So what you got to now is the Blazers are extending the defense. Okay, he's going to extend it out and make them do something. He's trying to take the ball out of certain players' hands so they actually can't get the play they want. But he's extending that defense right now, and that's going to push him further and further out. Yep. Oh, that's good stuff. And what? How you doing? That's the way it's supposed to go. I'll tell you something, you keep your eye. Here's what I'll tell you, folks, Black Leather Supreme, you keep your eye on them because they're sneaky. They're calmly scratching their way back in this game. 8:07 to go, we're in the third quarter, 65-58. So they're slowly but surely creeping their way back in the game. Now, with teams like this is how the game, you kind of get you caught off guard. So the Blazers going to have to figure it out because these guys are going to sneak back in this if they can. That was a bucket. That was a missed free throw. But watch how they're sneaking back in. And if they sneak all back in, that's going to be a problem. Oh, that's a good move there, fella. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the beauty of basketball. Players now are checking each other. Like, was that a foul? They're calling their own game. They're checking each other on the court now. They're saying that wasn't a foul. Yeah, it was. So they're calling their own game. But it don't matter. The officials got control of it. So whether or not they call it, that really doesn't matter. That's an easy shot. That's good defense. Keep him working. Way to cut off. Oh, that's good defense. That's quickness. Boy, these guys don't quit. They don't quit. 65-62. They ain't going to give up. And I'm telling you, the Blazers are a little discombobulated. They've gotten a little too comfortable. Oh, way to move that ball. That's NBA movement. Yep, that's what happened. They got cocky, and they got these guys back in the game. And when you let guys like this back in the game, they know how to beat you. 65-64. You let them back in the game, they know how to beat you. Yeah, they got to run. Oh, yeah. Folks, that can happen time and time again. You got a game you think locked up. You let a team with the tough mentality of the Black Leather Supreme, okay, they play team defense. Once they get in, they're going to manufacture points. And here's what I see. If they let Black Leather Supreme get up, they will manufacture points. There is no doubt about that, okay? And now you got the coach over here. He's got a few choice words I can't say on the air, but he's not happy, okay? 2 minutes ago, he was having fun. Now he's not happy, okay? This ain't the dunk party they were going to have is not a dunk party, okay? So they got to figure this one out. And what he's saying is start playing. Like I told you earlier, folks, some people can cook grits and some people can't. Some people like it with butter and pepper and some people like it with nothing at all. So the Blazers like grits with butter and pepper and everything, and you got the Black Leather Supreme, they'll just take the grits as they come. So that's what you got, and this is what we're going to play. And at the end of the day, somebody's grits is going to be lumpy. That's just how it plays out, folks. Oh, what's going on over there? Oh, you got the evaluators looking at these guys. You got everybody looking at them. You got all these guys are getting evaluated right now. And this is real deal, folks. Yeah, you got NBA officials right here, right now. I mean, this is the HBCU Pro Basketball Association. Okay, and HBCU Go will be here on Sunday, bringing it to you live nationally. And I'm here today. I'm Mike Walker, and my co-host is Tom Nugent. And this is a game. This is a flat-out game, folks. Oh, that's an old tactic. Don't let them get anything. Well, I tell you what, this one's had enough bump in the road to bring all the senior officials out and all the evaluators out, and they're watching this. So if you want a chance to get in the league, this is how you do it. If you can handle this pressure and make the right call and not panic, and that's what these officials are doing. They're staying consistent. Doesn't matter what the crowd say or the coaches say. They're staying with the call. That's a good read. Oh, that's good up and down. Oh, that's a knockdown shot there. Nope, didn't get it. Got a push. Got an offensive rebound. Good job. That's great work on the offensive end, because they haven't had a second chance in a while. They're battling. That's his go-to. Still didn't get it. He got to the spot, couldn't knock down the shot. So now the Blazers are woke after the timeout, and they're ready to start playing basketball again. That's what the Blazers are ready to do. They're ready to start playing basketball again. So there we go. They're back up 70-64. And looks like the Black Leather Supreme had their run. They're not done. So they're still fighting it out. They're making baskets, and complaining to the officials was not a recipe for success. That's great steal right there. Transition. He's got a man open. Finish it. Finish it. That's great basketball, folks. That's pro basketball at its finest. And the Black Leather Supreme is a good basketball team. Good job, coach. Great job. He's got them manufacturing points. He's got them playing team defense. These guys are helping, and these guys are getting it done. There's another stop. Oh, my goodness. I told you don't let them back in. You let them back in, they're going to win. You let them back in, they're going to win. Boy, these guys don't like losing. What's going on? The pressure is getting in the cooker right here, man. This one here, we got the pressure hitting the cooker. I mean, I think one of the referees might have called timeout. There wasn't a timeout. And that's what happens when you get in the pressure cooker. You know, it's like, some people like to use air fryers and some people like to use hot grease. Okay, and these guys here are getting the hot grease today, man. Oh, man. You know what I'm saying, Tom? It's cooking out here. It's a ball game, and it's intense. That's good defense. They got a chance to beat them. I'm telling you. Oh, my goodness. Bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang. That's a big whoop. Whoop. You guys remember when they used to say, whoops, there it is? That's what you got. Then he came back. Whoops, there it is. Okay. Bang, bang. Now, this is amazing, folks. You know, if I look back at this, the Blazers were almost up by 18, I think. They got somewhere 15, 16, 18. They have crawled their way back into the game. It's 73-70. We're in the third. The Blazers have lost the momentum. 4:50 left in the third. However, the Blazers have played enough to know that they're going to play this out, but they're playing against somebody that's not going to fold. And once you understand that, that's the end of the day. It is what it is. It works well, and it does what it has to do. So we got a timeout in the action here, 4:50. And folks, this is the HBCU Basketball Association, and in partnership with Delaware USA Sports. And this is the National Pro-Am Basketball Championship. We're in Las Vegas, Nevada. The grand prize of this is $100,000. I'm not expecting anybody to put $100,000 in a slot machine tonight in Las Vegas. I wouldn't expect them to do that. For the life of me, if they did, then we're going to have to get them some help. But they are playing for real money, okay? And these guys here, I'm telling you, they ain't leaving without the money, okay? And when you get to playing basketball like that, that's what it is, okay? But they're bringing it to you, and we got nothing but good stuff. Our sponsors, Sir Taj Fried Rice, okay, is bringing you the best rice you can have. You got Mario's West Side Market is bringing you good food, and you got the Macaroni Grill is doing it as well as it can too. So everything is set, okay? I don't know, some of you, if you're older out there, some of you may have played Tunk, some of you may have played Coon Cane, those some old games for the old folks out there. If you ever played those, anybody has a chance to win, or the same thing in dominoes. Well, it looks like the Blazers are playing dominoes. They thought they had the game under control, but guess what? Okay, they've been locked out, okay? Their bones are dead, and they're going to have to reshuffle and get back in this game because they have completely lost the momentum, and they're down by 3. But basketball, and especially in pro basketball, it's a game of the runs. And what do I mean by the runs? The Lakers were up by 20, I think, and they lost the game. So it really doesn't matter how much you're up or how much you're behind. The only thing matters, did you win the game? That's the key. So we got a free throw coming here. We've had a whoops. There it is, dunk. And this is Mike Walker and Tom Nugent. We're co-hosting today, and we're bringing you the HBCU Basketball Association. First free throw is good. Well, Tom, that's a lot of pressure having NBA evaluators watching you, people that have been NBA officials. Man, you talk about being under pressure. You know, you want to blow the whistle or you're not bucket. Free throw's good. But, you know, Tom, do you want to blow the whistle? Do you don't want to blow the whistle? And I'm doing the right call. Am I not doing the right call? I mean, that's a lot of pressure. For those of you who want to be in officials, there's a good dive. That's diving in the swimming pool. Right in the middle. It's wide open. But these officials are standing tall. They know they're being evaluated. That's a little long. That's a bad shot. With the momentum you have, you don't need to take shots, but if you're Black Leather Supreme, I guess they make those shots, don't they? These guys don't quit. Oh yeah, they're not focused. They're not focused. They're not focused. You got the Blazers who are not focused, right? They've lost focus. You're trying to do an entry pass about a foot above a guy's head. That's not focused. Yeah, they're just not focused right now. They're eating them alive. Yeah, they're eating them alive right now. They're just not focused on the game. Well, you know what I call that, folks? Sometimes you have teams that are front runners, so when they're in the lead, they plan, everything's great, okay? But when they face adversity, then everything falls apart. So you can't have it both ways, but I'm not counting the Blazers out. They'll be back. They just got to figure out when. But they'll be back before the game's over. That's a good dive, easy bucket. Yeah, that's a delay of game. You got to delay a game. You can't touch that basketball. It's delayed inbounds. Okay, so I think the officials have just had enough of Coach. So they're at the point now. They're not listening, and they're going to keep the game going. Yeah. Substitution, you got 6 on the floor. We're going to take 1 off. We can't play with 6. Oh, they're discombobulated. They don't know who they want to put in the game. They don't know who's coming out of the game. They're a little discombobulated right now. They're trying to figure it out. They'll be back. But this is not the team that you want to get discombobulated against because they manufacture points. Yeah, he got tapped on the elbow. That wasn't an intentional tap. What happens on that, you got some players when they take off the drive, they'll swing the elbow and it clips a guy in the chin or clips him in the belly gut. That wasn't an intention foul. He just took off for the lane. And as he took off, he threw his elbow to gain momentum and he caught the player right in the chin. But nevertheless, that's the 15th foul. It's going to send him to the line. First shot, it's good. This one is a little bit, going to get a little heated, folks. I can tell when games are going to get about to have combustion, and this one's going to start having some combustion. Here we go. We got it. 82-74, 3:18 left in the third. And you got the Blazers are falling apart. We got a loose ball foul, and that one there, again, is going to be on the Blazers. The referee hasn't made the direction call. He's got a loose ball. Well, I tell you what, as I look at this one here is more uncertainty, okay, more uncertainty than anything else. Two shot. This one here is getting a little bit confidence shaken. Now, one thing I do know, just like Leon Wood, Leon Wood, let me tell you a story about Leon Wood as a free throw. Leon Wood stayed at Cal State Fullerton. He was on the U.S. Olympic team. He had a shot. He played in the NBA, and then he became an NBA official. He decided to forecast and give up his basketball career to become NBA official. And one of the things you got to do is you got to have pace and a tempo with the game. Okay, you don't want to lose control. You don't want to second guess yourself. But at the same time, you got to keep these guys under control because they will nitpick you to death. That first free throw's off, and they will continue to question. And if they do it enough, you'll end up questioning yourself. Okay, so somewhere you got to draw the line. This game hasn't had a technical yet, but I feel one's going to be brewing, and eventually one will be called because this game here is going to get tight. Here we go. 83-74, 3:07. That's a good shot. Didn't finish it. Well, the Blazers have just went ice cold in this quarter. They are just freezing cold. Oh, it's going to be a tough matchup for him. This guy's good. He's good off the dribble. It's a tough matchup for him. It's a tough one. He's made every one of them. Didn't get that one. Okay. That's his first shot clock miss. Oh. These guys are struggling. They're struggling right now. That one there was close. I don't know if he pinned that. Did he pin it? Did he pin it, Tom? I didn't see it get pinned against the glass. It looked clean, but officials saw it the other way. Boy, he's so good off the dribble. This guy a killer. This guy's a natural-born killer here. I mean, he's so good off the dribble, they can't even guard him. And if they come up close, he's blowing by them. Blazers lost focus. That'll help you get it back. Now they got to get some stops. But I'll tell you, Black Leather Supreme can manufacture points. They do it time and time again. They find the open man. They find the right shooters. They play till the end, and that one there is a little long, but they are just well-schooled as a team. Now, here's the hardest thing to do. You got to just stay in the game. Stay in the game. Don't get loose and don't lose control, because that's what Black Leather Supreme, they've got control. Can they control the tempo? Because if they don't control the tempo, then you know the Blazers are going to just start running away. So this could be a big swing. They gotta stop, put a stop on this. Yeah, they're ice cold right now. This guy's the Blazer killer. He'll take that. Oh, yeah. That's not going to go. Did you hear a whistle on that one or did you hear barely? Just barely? Okay. I was wondering if that a whistle. It got a little silent. So we're going to have two shots. And at the end of the day, you got Black Leather Supreme is a good free throw shooting team. So they don't mind going in the line. They'll take that each and every time. Now, the news of it is when you get into, you get into team fouls and you're just giving a good team shooting free throws, they're not going to miss them. They're going to close it out on you. So you got the Blazers down by 10. And this one here shook their confidence. That's a good move. But that's good follow, yes. So there it is. We're still in it. I like the consistency, and I like the way that you got the Black Leather Supreme manufactures the points. Coach is just not having it here on the Blazers. He's like saying that the balance or the equity of the calls is not what he was expecting. He feels that he's not getting the calls. He felt they were playing illegal defense. But none of that, anything the coach has to say with them losing the lead. They lost that lead. They had almost a 13-point lead, and now they're down by 9, could be 10. That's called a 23-point swing. That's a 23-point swing that the Blazers have allowed, and that's where you have both teams make runs. There's no doubt about it. Oh, they're way above the rim. They're way above the rim. Well, these guys can jump high. Oh, they're just not together. They're just wide open. They just wide open. He couldn't catch the ball. He's just wide open. He couldn't catch the ball. I mean, that was a wide open breakaway dive. I mean, nobody's near him. Ball goes right off his hands. Yeah, it was like Tom said. Tom just told me he was too wide open. Oh, you don't have to worry about him shooting. He's going to do more than that. You don't have to worry about this guy shooting. You don't have to worry about him shooting. No. He getting to the rack. He going downhill on each and every play. And when you get somebody got the ball handling skills that can get by you and take it downhill, that's tough to guard. I mean, that's a tough one. He's ambidextrous, so he can go right hand or left hand, and he's a good free throw shooter. 90-82. We got 14 seconds left in the third. It says the HBCU Basketball Association, in partnership with Delaware USA Sports. First free throw's good. And this is a National Pro-Am Basketball Championship. Grand prize is $100,000. We're in Las Vegas, Nevada. And this one's going to come down to the end. This fourth quarter, it's going to be a burner. I can tell you that. It's going to be a burner. There it is. There it is. You got 11 seconds to go. They're going to look for one good shot and can close it. That's probably not the shot you wanted. It's probably not the shot you wanted, but that's what it is. We're at the end of the third, 92-82, and Black Leather Supreme is leading over the Blazers. And here's the interesting part. The Blazers are out of the Drew League, and if you come out here out of the Drew League and lose, you might not want to go back to the Drew League, okay, because nobody's going to understand how did you come out here and get beat. But it is what it is, and life sometimes takes different turns. And that's what happened here with the Blazers. They're up by 13, now they're down by 10. And now they're questioning each other. Whereas you have, on the other side, I'm looking at the Black Leather Supreme. They're communicating, they're talking, they're in harmony, they're in synergy, and they're talking strategy of how they're going to execute. So they know what they're doing now. They've kind of figured them out. And that's what guys who are high IQ basketball players do. And when you get 5 guys working together, executing how to beat a team, and one guy's not out there doing his own thing, that's a tough recipe to beat. So we're going to go down the wire to officials. They probably this is not only the toughest game to officiate. For one, that's where I'd start. But for two, when you get all the evaluators watching, that makes it even tougher. Because now you don't want to make the wrong call. And it doesn't really matter if it's the right call or the wrong call, but you're frozen. And it's like you got to still maintain composure. So when that comes out of Delaware Sports USA, it's a very interesting coming out to you. He's bringing you out of Delaware, and what he does is he trains all the NBA officials. So this is an NBA official camp, as well as the HBCU Basketball Association and the Pro-Am Basketball Championship. And this is the National Pro-Am Basketball Championship, and it goes all over the United States. So this year, if you think you got what it takes to win it, and you want to put your team in, and you saddle up and you come on down. And there will be teams waiting for you that will claim whether or not you're the toughest. Oh, they got him on a hook. That's where it starts, right there. They just can't convert. They've lost a lot of their confidence. That's a bucket if you can get to it. You know what I noticed about the Blazers? They're not even. When they started the game, they were in good continuity. They were running good offense. They were executing. Now I've noticed the Blazers are kind of going individual style basketball. They're getting away from their execution of what works for them best. And when you go from what you do best to something that you don't do best, that's called a recipe for loss. And that's what's happening right now with the Blazers. They got to get back into what they do best. You got to make that one. That was rotated all around. That's a good shot. Yeah, that's what the Blazers do best. And they need to get back in there and start executing on that. And they're going to have to start playing team defense. Because these guys here, they're going to stroke it. They're going to drop it in the bucket. And I'll tell you, Black Leather Supreme is not afraid. Because what you got is you got L.A. versus L.A. So Los Angeles versus Los Angeles. So these guys have seen each other before. They may know each other. They play together. Bucket's good. They play together, so these guys know each other. So no one's going to back down here. Wide open? No, that's not a good one. Well, coach is a little upset on the Blazers for giving up inside position. I mean, you can't shoot the ball from the three-point line, and somebody's shooting from the three. Somebody's got to block out. You got to go chest to chest and block them out is what he said. You can't just let them shoot a three-pointer, about 24, 25-foot shot, and then you're giving up the offensive rebound. Of course, three-pointers do have long rebounds, but he said you guys aren't making the effort. Oh, that's nice work. That's good dribble drive penetration. Yep. God, they're just out hustling him. The hustle's coming right there, Black Leather Supreme. They're just out hustling. That's a good pass. Yeah, they're just out hustling, loose balls. It's a great finish. Great finish. Folks, I told you exactly like I said. I told you this one here is going to get like hot grits. I told you the technical fouls would be coming. I can tell you. I understand, but I told you this one here is going to get intensified. And I'm going to tell you another thing, that won't be the last technical you're going to see in this ballgame. Because these guys are going to battle this thing out, and it's going to get hot pressure in here. So you got two shots coming off the technical foul. Okay, the Blazers are ratcheting it up. They're racking up right now. They're going to take it up to the next level, and they're going to start playing intensified defense because they don't want to lose the ball game. The only problem with that, if you ever run into a team that can handle pressure, first free throw is good. And once a team that can handle your pressure, then it really can't affect them. Now you just execute them out. Okay, second free throw's no good. And you don't want to start missing free throws. You've been great all game long. So here's the deal. We got it coming down. It's going to be the Black Leather Supreme game, and you got it coming straight to you. So this is one that's going to get heated, and we're going to see they're going to put the officials on the pressure cooker. This one's going to come down to the wire. But you're going to have to stop this young man right here because he's been doing them every time he comes down the court. Here's that up-tempo defense. That what works. Well, we got a little stoppage here because it's 24 seconds on the 24-second clock, but it can't be 24 seconds on the 24-second clock. Nobody's taking a shot, right, Tom? That's usually how it works. So they're going to start that, too. It looks like they got it back in. There's 9 seconds to go. Shot's going to go up. Well, that clock's not even going to be close. That's just off. Yep, there it is. Boy, they just can't do it. They can't regain. When you play and you think you can turn it on and turn it off in the game of basketball, and that's what the Blazers have did, up by 13, now they're down by 7. They flat out threw the ball out of bounds. Coach is livid. I mean, he is livid right now. He cannot believe it. And this one here is really frustrating because the Blazers are beating themselves. They're not getting beat. They're beating themselves. This guy's a tough ticket to guard. He's a tough ticket to guard. That's good hustle. Oh, you can't. Here's the deal, folks. That's a foul. No doubt. Here's what's happening with the Blazers are losing the 50-50 balls. So the balls that they should be getting or scrapping for, they're not scrapping and getting those balls, and that's why they're losing the ball game. They got to go after those 50-50 balls on the floor. They got to ratchet up and play a little bit harder versus letting the Black Leather Supreme get each and every 50-50 ball. They got to hit the deck and do it. Oh, yeah, that's a foul. Yeah. That's a good hard foul there. Wasn't intentional. He leaped up and had nowhere to land. So the only we could do is land on the player's shoulder. But nevertheless, you know, both of them are good, and neither one of them got injured, which is a very positive and good thing. 6:46 to go, 96-89, and we're backing it up right to you, and this one's getting better and better. Folks, this is LA. These guys, like I said, the Blazers, these guys, LA versus LA, which means they're both coming out of the Drew League. These guys have been in the NBA. These guys are playing high-five basketball, and these guys know how to play the game. Now, it's just going to be who has the determination. Because the Blazers are getting back in this. This is what they thrive for. They like to be down and execute it out and see if they can take it over. But they're playing somebody that knows how to manufacture points, and that's going to be a tough ticket for them. Because these guys have been coming up with bucket after bucket. Here we go. I told you that's goaltending. I tell you what's happening. Their Blazers are beating themselves. Every 50-50 ball or anything that happens, they are not able to control that. And that's going to be tough. They're going to walk it off on them, 6:22. I don't know the purpose of it. Yeah, they're just not getting it done, folks. They're just not getting it done. That's just a mental mistake. That is a mental mistake. You cannot win a game if you're not mentally in the game, and the mental mistakes get hit by the Blazers too many. You know what? You know what? The Blazers coach, he's walked about 100 miles in this game. I'm telling you, he's paced back and forth. So he's went up, back, forth, back, forth. I mean, he's come to us. I mean, this guy's on a treadmill. What do you think, Tom? I don't know if he's trying to lose weight or what. So here we go. They're still, I'm telling you, 5:53. Now it's their game. If they temple this out, If they tempo it out, it's their game. They want to run as much clock as possible. He's going to shoot the shot. I fooled me. Somebody's got to get a shot up. Yeah, see, that's a bail. They bailed him out. There's no reason to foul at that moment. You played good defense. Why bail out and give him the foul and give him the 2 shots? There's no reason to do that. We got a timeout. Timeout's going to be taken by the Blazers. And they're lagging over there. They are walking slowly. And you got the Black Leather Supreme is fully united. They are really strategizing over here and talking as a team. Okay? And they have a player coach. So the guy who's coaching them now, he plays also. So they're doing it both ways, but they won the first game the same way. They continue to play team defense. They continue to manufacture points, and they continue to have mental toughness. So that is a recipe for success. On the other hand, the Blazers came out and they played like front runners, where they went up as high as 13, but then they went down as low as 10. So folks, that's a 23-point swing, and that's hard to overcome when you lose that much momentum. That's not easy to do. But it is what it is. They're going to get another shot, 2 shots out of it. And they got a chance to extend their lead and go up as high as 11. And we got 5:29 to go. So the pressure cooker hits about 4 minutes. When the clock gets to 4 minutes, then these guys are going to hit panic mode, and it's going to get really, really physical. First free throw's no good. They need to make every free throw they can. Now is not the time to miss the free throws. Second free throw's good. So you got them pushing to it. They're getting where they need to be. They're coming off of it, but it's not there. They wanted to get a slip off of that. They didn't. That's a tough shot. That's an ill-advised shot, if you ask me. I wouldn't take that shot at this time of the game in this offense. But nevertheless, the Blazers did, and now they're going to have to play defense, and this one's going to be tough. I'm telling you, folks, these guys can execute it out of you, and if they see it, they're going to go get it. Now, the Blazers have quit running the offense altogether, and they're just going one-on-one, and that's costing them. Yep, there it is again. That's costing them. He's got to look. Oh, and he got the bump and one. Yep, there it is. That's how it happens. Well, I think that he pushed off. I think he's saying he may have pushed off. I didn't have the angle, so I couldn't see it. It looked like an and one to me. You look like he stepped in front of him. That's a common basketball move. You step in front of him, slow the defender's momentum down, pin him back on your hip, and lay the ball in. That's a play that's been executed thousands and thousands of times in the game of basketball. I haven't seen it called a foul like that in a long time. But it happened. So the Blazers are getting another opportunity and see if they can execute on it. A lot of one-on-one. That's a good shot. That's a tough shot. The Blazers are one-on-one, and now they got to get some stops. We're getting down 10 minutes. 103-93. And now they're getting a stop, so they're getting back in this. And they're going to execute it to see if they can score. He's got a shot at it. Well, this is a tough spot to foul a guy. You know, sometimes you get a guy, you get him on the ropes, and he's going to take a tough shot. Don't bail him out. Go ahead and let him take the tough shot. If he makes it, great shot, but don't bail him out and send him to the free throw line. I mean, they haven't been making shots, so why bail him out? And that's what Coach is really going to tell him. He's got his other guy joining. This is great stuff here, folks. These guys, he called the other coach, he called this player, the Black Leather Supreme, the Panther player Blazers player came running right over to him. at the same time to hear what he had to say. First free throw's good. We got the second one coming. Second free throw's good. They got it down to 8. Well, that one there. Third team foul. It's third team foul. You got the fans that are starting to chuckle up a little bit. They're a little frustrated. That's too deep in the paint. That's too deep. He's going to get the 2 shots out of that. He earned it. Got a little deep in there. Should have went up on the first time. When he had a player who's undersized underneath that low, we expect him to get the and one, but he came up a little short. We'll see if he can knock down the 2 free throws. Pretty good free throw shooter, good, pretty excellent post player, and excellent three-point shooter. So this should be okay for him. So they're going to back it back up again. 104.95, we're under 4 minutes now. Second free throw, it's going to be good. So they're pushing it back up to 10. Now the Blazers got to make it work. Oh, that's about as lucky as you can get, but it worked. It worked well. Blazers going to have to get a stop on this possession. In fact, they're going to need a couple stops, but they need to start playing defense and not giving up the easy bucket. They're still in the game. And man, oh man, you can't keep fouling. You got to move your feet. If you move your feet and you stay where you can position yourself, there's no reason to foul somebody 40 feet away from the basket. It doesn't make sense. You foul them 40 feet away from the basket. You're giving them 2 free throws. That doesn't make sense to do that. You just got a bucket. You got to stop. Now you're giving them points when you don't have to. And I'll tell you, a lot of people think basketball is talent. It's not. Basketball is the mental toughness to know what to do, when you're supposed to do it, at the right time to do it, that allows you to win games. Got to hit that. Yes. Blazers not as good three-point shooting team. Wow, that's a tomahawk jam right there. Everybody got out of the way, and they knew that was coming. These guys are patient. Clock's on their side. They'd rather grind it out. Oh, this is ridiculous, right? Come on, guys. Come on, we're tuned out. Blazers are tuned out right now. They've checked out of the game defensively. They get back in it on the offensive end, but they've checked out defensively. I mean, that's a bad shot there. That's just a bad shot. That's a bad shot. .213 to go, and nobody's going to guard anybody. And if nobody's going to guard anybody, there's no way the Blazers can win. The Blazers beat themselves. They beat themselves on this one, folks. They had control of the game, and they just gave it away, and in the end, they didn't want to compete. And then along with that, every break possible is going the Black Leather Supreme's way. That's a ball player. That's my guy. He's been doing the Blazers all game. He's been doing them. And when I'm saying doing you, I mean he's just been taking you to the cup. He's been dunking on you. He's been just ball handling you, stealing. I mean, this guy's a machine. And you know what? What he did when the actual Blazers were up by 13, he was the one that kept playing. He never quit. And he led his team. That's why I tell you, never look at the score. Keep playing. It doesn't matter if you're down. These guys have come all the way down from 13. They have put up a $114. Okay, they got a C-burger, I call it. 100 points is a C-burger. Okay, instead of a cheeseburger, you get a 90. That's a C-burger. They get the 120. That's a whale burger. I mean, goodness, that'll be the highest we've had today, and they can't even make layups. It is what it is, and sometimes you just get out. Oh, okay. All right. That happens, doesn't it, Tom? Sometimes, you know, people see things that they're not really there, but they saw it. It happens. That's good lay-in. My. Well, folks, that just goes to tell you, you know, here, Mike Walker, me and Tom Nugent, here's what I'm going to tell you. It doesn't matter if you wear Gucci, if you wear diamonds, all that ain't going to help you on the court. All right? Ain't none of that going to help you on the court. You got to get on that court. You got to play. And man, oh man, I'm telling you, this one here, now I don't know why the officials aren't calling fouls, because they changed up on that one, but I guess the game's over. Oh yeah, they're playing team defense. That's a nice stroke. Well, they need to get. I wish he would have been consistent all game. He has a nice shot, and he just didn't get going early. Coach didn't like what he had going. He set him on the bench a long time, and I just put him back in the game, and he's stroking buckets. So it happens. Well, folks, this is not the end. This is just the start of the event. So there's still hope. You're just going to have to play your way out of it. Oh, he's yo-yoing it. It's a great job. Stick with your call. That's going to put them in the bonus. They're going to get 2 shots. We got 49.8 seconds to go. And this one here is getting ready to be wrapped up. And it looks like I thought the Blazers will win that. But that was kind of fool's gold. And Black Leather Supreme came back and took it to them. And folks, they let you know how bad it was. They're up right now, okay, by 13. They were down by 13. They're up by 14. That's a 27-point swing. And now they're trying to figure out, and Coach is just livid. He doesn't understand it, but it is the truth. But nevertheless, he's grabbed his Gucci bag. He's ready to go. He ain't hanging around for this. He just want to get out of here now. And they're going to let this one wind itself out. Oh, no. He didn't try the no look, did he? Boy, that's Showtime at its finest. Yeah, they can't even make a layup. Their confidence is gone. Or they checked out of this game a long time ago. And I'll tell you, when you're playing for 100,000 and you check out of a game, that's a recipe for getting help. Okay, that shouldn't have happened, but it did. The best team doesn't always win. The team that manufactures and executes win, and that's what the Black Leather Supreme, they've done it back-to-back. They beat 2 teams that were better talented, and they took them down. Unbelievable. That's what you got. This is Mike Walker, and we got Tom Nugent, my co-host. This is the HBCU Basketball Association in partnership with Delaware USA Sports. The National Pro-Am Basketball Championship. We're in Las Vegas. Grand prize was $100,000, and it still is $100,000. It was $100,000 for some. It still is for others. So we'll be seeing you soon, and we'll be getting it together as we move forward and we get things moving. Can you? There you go.